Once again, welcome back to Not Just Photography. Thank you for watching my videos. Today I would like to continue the video series on how to turn any bag that's suitable into a camera bag by making the camera shell and the inserts. So today I will show you how to make the sides of the camera bag and how to make the sides and how to show you how to measure to how long the sides need to be. And now I'm going to show you a demonstration of a insert I made many years ago to use as a demonstration. So this is an insert I made a long time ago. It doesn't even have any foam at the bottom. Okay, so this edges here, as you can see, all around here are the sides of your insert to put in the luggage, or you want to put it in your backpack, or whichever you want to put it in. So the sides are made exactly like the bottom, which I'll show you soon. Where you have two pieces of nylon or polyester, two pieces of nylon or polyester sandwiched together inside with a piece of foam. So now I'm going to cut to another video and show you how do you measure how much fabric you need and how much foam you need. Okay, so now let me get my hard case, which I'm currently making an insert for, to show you how to measure for this. So this is my hard case. Let me just open it up so you can see. So this is my hard case. As you can see, let me show you the inside. It's right here. Okay. So this is the inside of my hard case, as you can see. So how do we get this measurement for the hard case? How do we know how much fabric, or how do I know how much fabric I need or how much foam I need for the sides? So as you can see, my bottom piece is already in here. So this is my bottom piece, which is already in here. So let me take my bottom piece out. So this is the bottom piece of the shell. Okay, every insert into a luggage or a hard case or a backpack has to have a bottom piece and a side piece, which I explained in an earlier video about the parts of a camera bag. So this will sit in the bottom. So this piece of foam, which is finished, the bottom piece is custom made for this luggage case. As you can see, this is sort of rounded off here because I have wheels in my hard case, so this goes around the wheels sections. So this will go on the bottom. So now how do we measure for the sides? Okay, so this is your hard case. The easiest way to measure for the sides is, see the sides here, is to get a piece of rope or a piece of twine. So cut a piece of rope, follow along the sides here, and then cut it to exact length. Okay, so what you might want to do is you might want to make the rope a little bit longer, just in case you don't have enough fabric. So once you get your rope here, you'll put your rope around the sides here, and you'll measure the distance around your camera bag or your distance around your hard case, your backpack. You'll get a string or twine, you'll cut a real long piece, and then you'll put it along the sides. Okay, so make sure you do it accurate. If you want, you might have to put some tape here, tape the twine or the string around here, and measure the entire distance of here. Once that is measured, you can cut a piece of fabric according to that size, and you can cut your foam according to that size. So whenever you make your fabric for the sides, you always have to make it extra longer, just in case extra longer in length, just in case you make a mistake and you don't have enough. And when you make your fabric, you always need to make it extra high. The height has to be a little higher. Why does the height need to be a little higher? So, as you remember when I showed you this, the bottom piece, the reason why this has extended fabric here, it's wider here and all around it, because on your side insert itself, you will make the fabric wider at the bottom of the insert too. That wider piece of fabric will be sewn together with this piece of fabric, and then this will create a shell. As you remember me showing you this. Okay? So, this is not a real good example because I do not have foam at the bottom, but we can use that example. This side piece will be extra long like so, and this overhang will be sewn into here. So that's how these two pieces are sewn together. As I demonstrated in a video showing you the different types of inserts I made for current luggage I'm using to hold my camera gear, that video will show you how those two pieces are sewn together. So once you have all this done, now I'm going to show you how the side inserts are made. The side inserts are made exactly the same way this one is made, as I have a video already showing you how to make this. Just a piece of foam, and then just two pieces of nylon or polyester sandwiched together inside. So let me show you that. Okay? So first thing you need to do is you need to measure, like I explained to you, measure the entire sides of your hard case, your backpack, your luggage. Get that measurement. Use a string and measure it. And then, a second thing you need to do, you also need to measure the height. So let me remove this and show you. So you need to measure the height from the bottom. Let me show you. Measure the height from the bottom of the bag, from here up to here. You need to measure the height. And when you're measuring your height, you have to remember, you also have your insert. So your insert will take up maybe ½ an inch. It depends how thick your foam is. So your insert will take a little room. So measure the height of there, and then you also have to minus this. But it doesn't really matter. Okay, the first thing you do is just measure the distance inside here, exactly the way it is from the bottom to the top. And then when you actually finish cutting out your foam and your fabric, you will place this at the bottom, and then you will put your insert in the sides. If it's too high, you can trim a little foam off. If it's too high, you can excuse me, fold over a little more fabric. So now let's take this away, and then let me show you. Let me show you the fabric itself. So this is the fabric. So I measured the distance around the entire hard case. And this is the fabric, as you can see. See? This is the fabric. This is the entire length of my hard case. Okay? I might have a little extra here that's a little too long, but that's not a problem. If it's longer, I can always fold it over, tuck it in, and sew it. So, the first thing you need to do is measure around the sides, cut your fabric to the right length. And you have to remember, your fabric has to be double in width. So this is the actual, this is the actual width, as you can see, of the sides of the hard case. Or your backpack, whatever you choose, this is the actual width. You need to double it. So as you can see, double the width. The reason why you need to double the width is because this will be folded together like so, and then your foam will be inserted in here and will be sandwiched and sewn. So the two things you have to remember is, very important, is you need to make the side of the camera shell, you need to double the width. So whatever the size, the measurement height of the side, you need to double this in length. After you double in length, you're going to make sure you need to add 2 to 3 inches extra. So after you double the width, this part you need to add 2 to 3 inches to the sides. So double the width first, and then you add 2 to 3 inches. So after you measure the sides, okay, the height, you need to also add 2 to 3 inches to the height and then double it. So if your height was 6 inches, you will make it 8 inches in height times 2, you double it, and this length will be 16 in height, inches in height. So after you doubled your width and you added 2 to 3 inches extra fabric for the sides, which will be sewn into the bottom of your bottom piece, then once this is all ready, cut and the right length is done, you need to fix the seams. Okay? After you cut a piece of fabric, the sides are all frayed. So you have to find a way on how to fold this over, sew it together, so the fabric will not rip or the seams or the threads will not come apart. So after this whole thing is done, and you have sewn all 4 sides, so the frayed fabric will not be exposed, and then you can start on making the hook and loop. So as you can see, this will be, after it's finished, this will be the sides for the insert. So this, as you can see, this will be the top, okay, because this is the highest. So you would need to sew the hook and loop on the side. So as you can see, the soft part goes on the side, which I hope I got it right. The soft part should be the hook, okay? Or actually the loop may be the loop, but this is the soft part. So the soft part will be sewn, I always get confused, all along the entire length of the fabric. So remember, as you can see, let me demonstrate over here. This is the actual top, this is the bottom, because the bottom, as you can see, has more leftover fabric. This bottom part will be sewn into the bottom piece of your insert. So let me close this open and show you how it actually works. So now, as I have taken this away, let me show you. So this is what the foam will look like. Okay, and this will be the actual height right here, the actual height, the size of your hard case, your backpack, whichever you choose to use. Do not worry if you don't have a piece of foam long enough to go all around. I do not have a piece of foam to go all the way around. Unless you pay some special store, you go there and then you constantly ask people to cut you a long strip. But that will cost money. And that is not the cheapest way to do it. A lot of these foam inserts you can find from people who actually work in computer stores. When people work in computer stores, they open computers, they find things, they have these leftover pieces of foam. Okay, you can get them home and you cut them. So once you cut your foam to the right height, so this is the height for the sides of your hard case or whichever you're using to turn into a camera bag, you would have to stitch these together. I chose to put lots and lots of packing tape just to stick these together, so I have one long strip. So as you can see, after this is stuck together, this will be going along the sides like so, if you can imagine an insert. Later on, you'll actually see this go inside after we sew this together. So once you get your foam already measured, cut, and taped together so it doesn't fall apart, you will have to get your polyester and nylon. Now see, this is your polyester and nylon, okay? So now this will be folded in half, as you can see. So your foam will be sandwiched in the middle, like so. See, this is your opening, fold it in half. Okay? So now the extra material will be heading at the bottom. So now you have this open, we will put the piece of foam inside here. So this piece of foam will go in here, as you can see. And then this will be folded over, and this will be folded over like so. So now, it's like this. So now you see, it's really hard to get this working well. As you know, my videos are just a one-man person. I focus, I come back, I do this. So now, as you can see, the foam will go in the middle here, and this will be folded over. As you can see now, it's folded over. See, the foam is still in there. You fold this over. Once you have folded this over, as you can see, I'm having a hard time getting this in here. Okay, now this is folded over, as you can see. See, the foam is still in there. It goes in here, and now the foam is in there. Okay? So once the foam is in there, you line these two sides up, like so. So this will be, I'm trying to make this straight. It doesn't matter if it's not straight now, but when I actually sew it, I will make it perfectly straight. So this will be sewn like this. So these two ends here have to line up like so. As you can see, they're lined up now. So don't worry about the bottom. So you will line this up and make sure the foam sticks to the side that you need to stick to. So this will be the top, right here, will be the top of my luggage case, and this will be the bottom. This bottom leftover piece here, like so, will be sewn to the bottom padding of the bottom piece. So when this is actually sewn, we'll just assume that this was sewn, it will look like this. See, as you can see, I'll fold this over the yells. See, you have one piece